Grace. It's me, Melinda. Joe's mom.
Oh, hi, Melinda. Thank you so much for inviting me over for dinner today. It was really nice meeting you. The food was absolutely delicious. I now understand why people say that nothing beats a hearty home-cooked meal. I really enjoyed our conversation. And thanks so much for your hospitality. I hope we can continue to grow closer in the future. Feel free to treat me like your own daughter. I would prefer our relationship to be more casual.
Oh, really? Well, since you mentioned it first, I'll treat you more casually from now on. You said that you want me to treat you as my daughter, but I refuse to allow you to consider me as your mother. The only person who can call me that is my son. I've never considered myself to be a mother figure to anyone else besides Joe. And I certainly don't appreciate being considered your mom. Sorry to break this to you, but I never wanted to invite you to my house to begin with. Joe begged me to let you come over, so I relented. Nothing more. And regarding tonight's dinner, I only put my son's favorite food on the table. Notice how I never asked you what kinds of dishes you enjoy eating. It was all just a formality. A pretense. So snap out of your fairy tale daydream. The truth is, I'm not impressed by you at all.
What's going on? I don't get it. Why the sudden change of attitude? Why are you treating me this way? You were very warm and friendly to me back at your house. You even welcomed me at the door with open arms. What made you change your mind about me? Is it something I said at dinner? Did I do something to offend you?
That's because my son was in the room. I was only acting in front of you. The kind, gentle mother you saw at dinner was just a facade. If you think that I was being nice to you because I actually like you, you are terribly mistaken, my dear. Now that you've found out about my act, I'll let you in on a little secret. Here's my true intention, Grace. I want you to break up with Joe as soon as possible. Don't tell him that I was involved in your decision. Just make up any old excuse. Like you don't feel like getting married anymore. Or you found yourself another guy. Any excuse will do. Just get away from Joe. Forever.
And why should I do that?
Are you really trying to play dumb with me? Patience is not one of my virtues. So don't you dare even think about testing me. I heard that your mom died when you were 6 years old and that you were raised by a single father. So it's obvious that you've had a rough upbringing. Unlike most normal people. Do you know how to cook? Or clean? Or do the laundry? I doubt your dad would have taught you how to do even basic household chores. As you may be aware, being raised without a mother figure has a huge negative impact on a child's emotional and psychological well-being. I have no doubt in my mind that you probably have emotional issues, just like many of the other kids who grew up with absent mothers. And besides, how will you be able to maintain a healthy relationship with your future mother-in-law? Especially when you have no experience interacting with your own biological mother. And who knows, you may end up contracting the same disease that took your mom's life. I certainly don't plan on making my son a widower anytime soon. Looking at all of these reasons, do you now realize why I can't accept you into the family?
It's true that I lost my mom at an early age, but I was raised with immense love and support from my dad and grandparents. So I enjoyed a fairly happy childhood. Thanks to Dad, Grandma, and Grandpa, I never felt as if I lacked emotional support. I grew up surrounded by many great friends. I have never heard anyone criticize my personality.
Well, obviously. I mean, how many people would say something negative to your face? But deep down, I'm sure a lot of people look down at you for being raised without a mother. Or talked about you and your family behind your back.
No way! I refuse to believe that. My mom passed away from a sudden heart attack. I was not responsible for her death. So why should I have to listen to other people's criticism when they don't even know me?
You sure are bold for someone who earns only $500 a month. And to talk back to your boyfriend's mom. Your future isn't looking that bright, my dear. And trust me, you're not going to enjoy being a member of my family. No mother would allow their daughter to live off of a meager $500 monthly salary. I doubt most people earn at least $1,000 per month. For someone like you, who makes only half that amount, proves how incompetent you are as a person. I mean, come on. Only $500? That's pathetic. It's not like you're missing an arm or a leg. I wonder what kind of mother-in-law would openly welcome such an incompetent woman as a new member of her family.
Melinda, what on earth are you talking about? And how did you find out about my salary?
I found your paycheck in the drawer the other day when I was dropping off some snacks for Joe at his apartment. Even thinking about my son living with another woman before marriage makes me feel uncomfortable. But when I found out that the woman he's dating makes only $500 a month, I almost passed out while screaming. Even high school students these days make more money working part-time than you do. How humiliating. You're a reckless little one, aren't you, Grace? For someone who grew up without a mom, I'm not all that surprised. Judging from the way you seduced my son and persuaded him to live together even before getting married, does your father know what you've been up to? Does he approve of your behavior?
Why are you dragging my dad into this conversation? He has nothing to do with this. I love and respect my father dearly. He dedicated himself to his family. Not once did my dad remarry during the 25 years since my mom's passing. He did his best to raise me with all the love and affection in the world. My father doesn't deserve to be mocked and denigrated by someone like you. You've never even met him. You can hurl insults at me all you want. I don't care. But if you continue to drag my father into this mess, I won't forgive you. Quite frankly, I don't even understand why I should be listening to your groundless insults to begin with. I'm a 30-year-old woman, and I'm old enough to make my own decisions. Joe is my fiancé, who I can't wait to marry someday. We are in a serious relationship, not some random casual fling. Do I really deserve to be rebuked over living with a man whom I sincerely consider to be my future husband? Do you know what your son tells me every day? He says that he wants to get married and start a family as soon as possible. We started living together after planning out our wedding for the end of the year. So I really don't get what the problem is.
Not knowing what the problem is your biggest problem, Grace. Cohabitation was unthinkable during my time. It's still frowned upon to this day. Ugh, I can't believe I have to explain this to you. It's common sense. But I guess you don't understand that because you're so ignorant. That's why you're earning such a measly income. And on top of that, you're living off of Joe's $4,000 monthly salary. It's clear to me that you're just trying to mooch off of him. Now my son has to work twice as hard to support a freeloader like you. How would you feel if you were in my position, Grace?
Listen, Melinda, I make way more than $500 per month. Looks can be deceiving. Given your age and life experience, shouldn't you know that already? I can't believe that the mother of my future husband is someone so shallow and narrow-minded. Invading my privacy by opening my drawer and figuring out how much money I earn. And talking down to me because you're less than impressed by my income. I am so disappointed in having you as my future mother-in-law.
Your mom is not around and you barely make any money. And on top of that, you have the nerve to talk back to an adult. What on earth does my son see in you anyway? Put yourself in my shoes, Grace. If you were me, would you accept someone so unrefined and improper as your daughter-in-law? I think not. Look, I don't want to see you ever again. Or hear your voice. So just stay away from me. Understood?
If that's what you really want, Melinda, I'd be happy to oblige. No problem.
Grace, how can you be so rude? Is this your way of getting back at me? I heard you married my son and had a baby with him. Why didn't you tell me anything? I bet you're the only person in the world who intentionally blocks her in-laws from attending her wedding. My niece saw you nursing a small baby at the hospital. If it weren't for her, I would have never found out that you two got married and had a child. How can you do this to me? I'm Joe's mother. What is this? Hey, I'm talking to you. Stop the nonsense and just answer me already. Did you injure your finger or did your phone break? Why are you responding with only periods?
You said that you never wanted to hear my voice again, if I recall correctly. You also said you never wanted to see my face again. So I lived over a year in hiding, away from you. I was afraid of causing you distress if I opened my mouth, so I just ignored you instead. Is that a problem?
Unbelievable. Are you trying to play games with me? Do I look like someone that you can easily mock? Don't you realize how ridiculous you're being right now with all your passive-aggressive behavior? You were the one who stole my only son. My pride and joy. I worked hard raising him all these years, making sure he received the best education and support from his parents. And this is how I get repaid. You should be sorry for snatching him away from me, not giving me an attitude. Do you really have to show off how ignorant and uncultured you are? I never wanted you as my daughter-in-law.
Unfortunately, I'm married to your son, so I am now your daughter-in-law, whether you like it or not. And for your information, I never snatched your son away from you. I told Joe that you never wanted to see me ever again. He was the one who decided that we should just live our own lives without seeing you. After living for a while together, I found out I was pregnant with Joe's baby. We applied for a marriage license, but we haven't had the time for our wedding ceremony yet. I truly believe that Joe and I were blessed with this child. Our beautiful baby boy was born just last month. He was a gift from heaven.
Wow, times have really changed. I'm continually amazed by how shameless you are. All that big talk. Dearie, you have to talk straight no matter what the situation is. Blessed with a child? A gift from heaven? You've got to be kidding me. You've literally trapped my son into marriage. You made that baby by seducing my son with your cunning schemes. And yet you claim that heaven blessed you with your son. Absolutely unbelievable. Isn't it bad enough that you two were living together even before getting married? And now, you have a newborn child with no immediate plans for a wedding ceremony. That's why I didn't want you as my daughter-in-law in the first place. I'm not surprised at all. Actually, you're just as I had expected from a low-born, uneducated girl who earns only $500 a month. And because you don't have enough money for a wedding ceremony or a bigger house, you have no choice but to live in a tiny rented apartment. It's obvious to me what kind of conditions you're living under. Poor, filthy, and miserable. Why does my son have to live this way with you? Like a beggar. Now that a child is born between you two, you've successfully sealed Joe into a hopeless marriage. There's no way for him to escape from your cobwebs. It's too late. He should have listened to my warnings.
Joe is living very comfortably in a newly built luxury apartment in the heart of downtown, fully furnished with the latest appliances and furniture. He's even driving to and from work in a brand new BMW. Why on earth would he be miserable? He tells me every day that he's feeling the happiest he's ever been in his entire life. So I find it extremely ironic that you feel sorry for your son who's living his best life.
Is that really true? That Joe is living in a luxury apartment and is driving a BMW? When did he save up that much money? Oh, Joe. Just as expected from my son. I'm so proud of him. He's definitely a smart guy. I knew he'd make it. Lucky you, Grace. Must be nice to have a guy like Joe for a husband. A guy with the brains, the money, and the looks. A real catch. I spent all those years dedicating my life to raising that boy. And all for what? To have a girl like you steal him away from me. You're reaping all the benefits that I sowed.
Do you really think that your son actually paid for that apartment with his own money?
Isn't it obvious? I mean, who else would? You clearly didn't, you beggar. Not with your meager salary.
Oh, is that right? Are you sure about that, Melinda? Well, I just wanted to let you know that I am that beggar that bought the apartment your son is living in with $1 million of my own money. In cash. To tell you the truth, I've never been a beggar in my entire life. On the contrary, I've enjoyed a wealthy, comfortable upbringing thanks to my dad, who's a real estate investor. Right now, I help my dad out with his business. I currently own 5 different properties across the country, from LA to Miami. I earn way more per month than Joe does in an entire year. just from renting out those properties to affluent tourists. My total annual salary comes out to more than $10 million.
Stop bluffing, Grace. I'm not up for your jokes.
Everything I've told you is the truth, Melinda. Every single detail. You know, I've enjoyed being taunted at by a commoner like you. It was quite amusing, to say the least. Being talked down to and treated like a beggar was an experience I'll never forget. Especially from someone like you, who only earns a meager salary of $300 a month and is on welfare.
What about that $500 paycheck? Your name was clearly written on it. Was I mistaken?
Oh, that? I just decided to help out a friend who recently opened her restaurant business. It was only about 10 minutes away from my apartment. I was bored and had nothing else to do at the time, so I agreed to work as a cashier for a few months. Twice a week. Also, I was so tired of being cooped up at home all day. It was nice to be able to go out, get some fresh air, and interact with people. I've always wanted to work at a restaurant, but never had the chance to because of my family's upbringing. So I was thrilled when my friend offered me the job, even if it was temporary. Fortunately, she was able to find someone else to fill in the position long term.
Why didn't you tell me any of this sooner? Why did you keep your mouth shut all this time? All right, fine. Grace, I was mistaken. You're not a beggar, like I thought you were. Anyway, send me your address. I'll go over to your house as soon as possible.
Why do you want our address?
What do you mean, why? My grandson was born. I have to go see Joe's child. I am his grandmother, after all.
I thought you said you didn't want to see my face ever again.
Are you really going to continue holding me accountable for saying that? I blurted that out of frustration. I don't mean it anymore. Now that there's a newborn baby, you two have to get married. We'll make preparations for the wedding as soon as possible. Don't tell me that you two are planning on not inviting me. Are you going to prevent me from seeing Joe ever again?
You would have continued to treat me like a useless piece of trash if I only earned $500 a month. You don't care about your grandson at all. You're only using him as a way of getting back into our lives. Now that you know the truth about my family and my wealth, you've completely changed your attitude towards me. So, Melinda, you've just proved to me how superficial and shameless you really are. I never want to speak to you ever again. If you need anything from now on, I suggest you contact Joe, because I won't be returning any of your calls or messages. A few months later, Joe and I had a small wedding ceremony attended by a few close friends and family members. Melinda and her husband were there too. Even though Melinda had been cruel to me in the past, I didn't want to break up Joe's relationship with his mom. That's why I agreed to allow my husband to invite his parents to the wedding. Before my son was born, I swore to never see her face again. But after giving birth and experiencing motherhood firsthand, I tried to understand my mother-in-law's perspective. My in-laws were thrilled to see their grandson. It was actually great to watch them interact and play with my baby boy. That's when I decided to let my guard down a bit. And besides, life is short. Most people don't get to enjoy spending enough time with their parents. How pitiful it must be if a child has to live the rest of his life not seeing his parents at all. I'm still not fully prepared to open up to Melinda, so for now I only visit her during important events, like holidays and birthdays. I guess time heals all wounds, as the old saying goes. Perhaps sometime in the future, Melinda and I will grow comfortable enough to be able to joke about the past. Maybe there will come a time when we call each other beggars, but in a friendly, facetious way. Until then, I will continue to be more open-minded and forgiving towards my in-laws, for the sake of our family's happiness. Thanks for watching! If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.
Dad passed away. Oh, well, he did his best fighting for his life for these 2 days, but it was such a terrible car accident.
You seem pretty matter-of-fact about it.
Of course I am. You and your dad have hated me this whole time. You wouldn't even let me into the hospital, so I couldn't even see him before he died.
Someone like you would just make Dad uncomfortable if you visited him, so it was the right thing to do.
Dad and I definitely fought a lot and didn't get along, but I don't understand why you hate me.
That's obvious. It's because I was on Dad's side.
I see. Well, I don't plan to say anything about that now, but Sophie, you don't seem very sad either.
I only respected Dad because he worked properly. He left behind a decent inheritance, too, so I'm not getting all emotional just because he died.
You know, even when you were younger, you never showed much emotion when things happened. I remember when your goldfish died when you were 12. You just shrugged it off.
Why are you bringing up old memories now? That's completely irrelevant.
I suppose you're right. I just thought maybe you'd show some grief for your father.
Grief is for weak people. Dad taught me that. He said crying never solved anything.
Ah, so you were pretty pragmatic about it.
That doesn't matter. Let's talk about what happens next.
What happens next?
First, you need to get out of the house.
What? Why?
I absolutely refuse to live alone with you. Besides, Dad worked and bought that house, so I have the right to inherit it.
Well, I'm his wife, so I think I can inherit it too.
Huh? Are you seriously saying that?
The law determines this stuff. Sophie, I've been living in this house for 15 years. I helped maintain it, paid for repairs when your father wouldn't, and...
Are you kidding me? You're a parasite who lived off Dad, and now you want to take the inheritance too? How shameless can you get?
Sure, I lived off my husband's income, but I wasn't parasitic. I did all the housework for the family.
That's just normal. What else could you possibly do? You never had a real job. You just cleaned and cooked like any housewife should.
I also managed the household budget, dealt with repairs, handled all the paperwork.
Anyone can do that stuff. Anyway, you're getting out of the house, and you're giving up your inheritance rights too.
So, Sophie, you're planning to live alone? You can't do any housework at all. Will you be okay?
Of course, that's impossible. I'm busy looking for a rich man to marry, so I don't have time for housework. So you'll keep doing the housework like always.
How?
So you rent an apartment nearby and commute from there to take care of me.
I think that'll be a little difficult, Sophie.
I've been letting someone I hate live in my house, so you should pay me back. Don't complain about something this simple.
Let me get this straight. You want me to move out, pay my own rent, and then come back here daily to clean up after you?
Exactly! It's the least you can do after freeloading for so long.
And what will you pay me for this service?
Pay you? You should be grateful I'm even giving you something to do. Without me, you'd have no purpose at all.
You realize how ridiculous this sounds, right?
By the way, I'm amazed you could live with us hating you for so long. I'll give you credit for that mental strength at least.
Yeah, you two have hated me for about 15 years.
It really is pathetic, being hated by us but having nowhere else to go so you couldn't leave. I really never want to become someone like you, someone who can't decide anything for themselves and is completely helpless.
You think I stayed because I was helpless?
Obviously, what other reason could there be? You had no money, no skills, nothing. Dad used to say you'd be homeless within a week if you left.
Your father said many things. Not all of them were true.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Forget I said anything.
No, tell me what you meant by that.
I think we need to consider the inheritance situation carefully, but first, we need to properly see Robert off. I'll contact the funeral home now.
Don't try to change the subject. What did you mean about Dad not telling the truth?
Sophie, your father is gone. There's no point in discussing his faults now.
Once the funeral is over, get out of the house immediately!
Fine, I understand your position. Mom, Robert passed away.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I was prepared for it when I heard about the accident, but still, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. My husband and I have been distant for quite a while.
Really? I didn't know that. You always seem to make the best of things when we talked.
Yeah, I didn't want to worry you, so I kept quiet. I've been hated by my husband and daughter this whole time.
What? That's terrible. Why didn't you tell me? I could have helped somehow.
What could you have done, Mom? It was my choice to stay.
But you continued your marriage even knowing they hated you?
Yes.
Why? You should have just gotten divorced. You could have come to live with me. You know I would have welcomed you with open arms.
I had my own reasons for continuing the marriage.
What reasons? Help me understand, sweetheart.
I'll explain everything later. Right now, Sophie told me to get out of the house.
Why would that girl say such a thing? She should be grieving her father, not making demands.
The house was purchased by Robert. She says she has the right to inherit it.
But you're his wife. You have inheritance rights to the house too, don't you?
Legally, yes, but Sophie seems to think she can just kick me out.
So what are you going to do?
I have a plan. It depends on how that girl acts.
I see. You've thought it through properly. You always were the smart one in the family.
Of course. I've been thinking and acting for the past 15 years or so.
What do you mean by that?
I'll explain everything soon, Mom. I promise.
You've always been reliable. Even as a child, you never made decisions without thinking them through.
Yeah, so I'll contact you later about various things. Things are going to be hectic with the funeral arrangements and all.
Yes, I understand. Take care of yourself, and don't let that girl push you around.
Don't worry about me, Mom. I'm stronger than you think. Sophie, I talked to the funeral home. The wake will be tomorrow night.
I see.
Before the funeral, I want to talk to you about something.
What?
Honestly, my relationship with Robert wasn't going well, but I thought my relationship with you as mother and daughter wasn't bad, but then suddenly you started hating me and rejecting me. I want to know what caused that. Sophie, I tried for years to build a relationship with you. You're the one who rejected every attempt I made.
Oh, that?
I understand that you took Robert's side, but I can't think of anything that would make you hate me.
The reason is simple. You're ugly.
What?
I said you're ugly. I'm so beautiful, but my mother, you, is seriously gross. My friends made fun of me because of it, and I really hated being near you. That's why I started hating you.
Wait, you're saying it was because of my appearance? That's the reason you treated me like dirt for 15 years? There must have been something else. It can't have just been my appearance.
No, nothing else.
So I was hated for 15 years over such a ridiculous reason?
Ridiculous! For women, appearance is everything. It can change your entire life. I wonder why Dad married someone as ugly as you. I really wanted him to tell me that before he died.
So, you hated me because I'm ugly.
That's right. I just told you.
I see. I knew you cared about beauty and appearance, but I didn't know you had such extreme views.
It's not extreme, it's realistic. Pretty people get treated better. They have more opportunities, they're happier.
And ugly people like me deserve to be treated poorly?
So what? This is the truth.
Fine, then I can do what I want without any reservations.
What are you talking about?
Nothing you need to worry about.
Whatever, just hurry up and finish the funeral arrangements, and prepare dinner quickly. I'm starving.
Right, I'll get it done as soon as possible.
Hey, you're getting out of the house as soon as the funeral is over, right?
That soon? I've been so busy with funeral preparations that I don't think I can manage to move.
I don't want to hear excuses. You promised to get out immediately, and you promised to give up the inheritance too.
I already gave up the inheritance, but do I really have to move out of the house so soon?
Of course, just do what I say.
Fine, I understand.
Good, I'm glad we're clear on that. Hey, where the hell are you?
What is it? What happened?
What is it? Why aren't you at the funeral?
Well, you told me to prepare for moving, so I already left the house.
What? You already left? I thought I told you to move after the funeral was over.
That's right, you did say that, but I thought the sooner the better.
Even so, leaving without saying anything. We're not strangers.
Aren't we? You've made it very clear that you consider me nothing more than hired help.
That's not what I meant.
You told me to get out, so I left quietly. I really wanted to prepare more, but you rushed me, so I left unnecessary items behind. Please dispose of them.
You can't just leave me to handle everything alone.
I'm not attending. I'm staying at a hotel for now, but I'm busy with moving procedures and other things, so I don't have time to attend the funeral.
You can't be serious. He was your husband. He took care of you.
It's terrible not to attend his funeral, but someone he hated probably shouldn't send him off anyway. I'm sure he's happier in the afterlife without me at the funeral.
People will talk if you don't show up.
I don't care what people say about someone like me not showing up. You've made it clear what you think of me. Anyway, I'm busy, so stop messaging me.
Wait a minute.
What now?
I can't just handle everything by myself suddenly. I don't know how to talk to all these people. I don't know the procedures.
You're 26 years old, Sophie. You should be able to figure it out.
But I've never done this before.
Then it's time you learned.
Your only daughter is in trouble. Are you going to abandon her?
Daughter? Excuse me, who might you be?
Huh? What are you saying? Have you lost your mind?
No, nothing like that. I'm perfectly fine. So, who is this daughter you're referring to?
Me, obviously. Don't make me go through this tedious exchange.
Wait a minute. You're not my daughter.
Huh?
You're Robert's daughter. You're not blood related to me.
What are you talking about? Of course I'm your daughter.
You might find it hard to believe, but this is the truth.
That's a lie. That's impossible. You're my mother.
It's true. You were born from Robert's marriage to a woman before me. He divorced her and got custody of you. Then Robert and I got married and you started living with us.
No, that can't be right. I remember you being my mother since I was little.
Well, by the time you were old enough to understand, you were already living with me, so it's understandable that you thought I was your mother.
This is insane. Why are you lying to me now?
I'm not lying. Your father and I agreed it would be easier if you thought of me as your real mother until it was the right time. But you never questioned anything, so we let it be. You hated me anyway, so it wouldn't make any difference, would it?
So what? You're saying that you and I are strangers, so you don't care what happens to me?
Exactly. I prepared the funeral for you, so handle the rest yourself. I don't want to be involved with you two anymore.
That's bullshit! Using lies to escape responsibility is the worst!
It's not a lie. I'm telling you the truth. Do you want me to show you the marriage certificate? The custody papers?
Fine, then I'm going to tell Grandma about this right now. I'll check with Grandma whether you're telling the truth.
That won't do any good. The truth won't change.
Shut up! I'm going to tell her all about how terrible you're being too! Grandma will get fed up with you, and you'll really be all alone!
Go ahead. I'm not afraid of the truth.
Grandma, I have something I want to ask you.
Oh, Sophie, I'm sorry about your father. You need to stay strong right now.
That doesn't matter right now. Is it true that Mom and I aren't blood related?
What? Who told you that?
Mom said so, and she's saying she won't attend the funeral. Please talk some sense into her, Grandma.
I see. So she finally told you the truth.
Are you saying that she's not lying? That we're really not related?
No, that girl is honest. She's never been one to lie. Actually, Sophie, you and Yolanda aren't blood related.
What? It was true?
Yes, when Yolanda came to greet us about their marriage, you were still small, maybe 4 or 5 years old.
I don't remember any of this.
I asked Yolanda if she could properly raise a child she wasn't blood related to with love. That girl promised to raise you properly, to love you as her own. That's why I approved of the marriage.
So that's how it was. But that person broke her promise to you, Grandma. She left the house without attending Dad's funeral. That person is really the worst.
The worst ones are you and your father. Why did you two gang up on Yolanda and treat her badly?
We didn't gang up on her. We had our differences.
You even hated Yolanda for such a stupid reason as her appearance. That's why she got fed up.
How do you know about that?
She told me everything, child. Everything you put her through.
She's exaggerating. We weren't that bad to her.
Besides, you're 26 now. You could say Yolanda has adequately raised you. Even knowing she was hated, she never abandoned you two. I want you to stop taking advantage of that girl any further.
Taking advantage? What do you mean?
You lived off her labor for years, treated her like a servant, and now you want to kick her out with nothing?
Listen, Grandma, you heard all this from that person, right? It's all lies. We were a happy family.
A happy family? Is that what you call it?
But I was suddenly abandoned, so please call Mom now. Tell her to attend the funeral.
That girl has always kept a diary.
A diary?
Yes, she properly recorded daily events in her diary, and she wrote everything about her family life with you two in that diary.
She kept a diary about us?
I read it recently, and I was shocked. She really struggled alone for 15 years.
What did it say exactly?
Things like how you refused her every offer of quality time together because you said being with her made you feel sick. How your father would ignore her for weeks at a time. How neither of you would eat meals she prepared without complaining.
Those aren't lies, but they're taken out of context.
I'm proud of my daughter, and I hate you two from the bottom of my heart. Now that man is gone too, our relationship ends today.
Grandma, you can't mean that.
Please don't involve us anymore, and stop calling me Grandma. It's absolutely disgusting.
But I thought you loved me.
I tried to, for Yolanda's sake, but after reading what you put her through, I can't stand the sight of you.
We really aren't blood related, are we?
That's what I told you. It's not a lie.
So you're abandoning me?
It's not because of that. Blood relation aside, I thought of you as family.
Then why? Why are you leaving me?
You're the one who rejected me. You're the one who told me to get out.
I didn't mean forever. I just wanted some space to figure things out.
Sophie, you've had 15 years to figure things out. When were you planning to start treating me like family?
I thought we had time.
Time for what? For you to mature? To suddenly develop empathy?
So what about the housework? You said you'd help me.
Figure it out yourself. You and I are strangers now. Besides, at 26, it's embarrassing to have your parent take care of you. Why don't you become independent?
I can do that much myself, but I'm saying this for your sake.
For my sake? What do you mean?
If you take care of me, you won't starve. You've been living off Dad's income like a parasite until now. So what are you going to do now that you're leaving the house?
You really think I'm that helpless, don't you?
Well, aren't you? You have no skills, no job experience.
Why do you think I stayed living with you even though you hated me?
Huh? What kind of question is that? Because you had nowhere else to go?
Normally, I could have left or gotten divorced, but I didn't do that. At first, I thought we could become a happy family again, but I realized that was impossible.
So why didn't you leave then?
Even so, I never left the house.
Why?
I wanted solid savings.
Savings?
Yes, I was building a foundation to live independently. The truth is, I've been doing freelance work from home without telling you.
What kind of work?
I did writing work, built good relationships with clients, and was able to save money.
You've been working this whole time? Behind our backs?
Actually, even if Robert hadn't died, I was about to bring up divorce, so I can live perfectly fine on my own from now on, so don't worry about my life at all.
How long have you been planning this?
About 3 years, once I realized you and your father would never change.
I can't believe you were doing all that behind our backs, plotting against us.
I wasn't plotting, I was surviving. I'm not saint enough to laugh and forgive the terrible treatment I received from you two. I've been working hard so I can cut ties with you forever.
So you're really going to live alone? You're abandoning me?
Yes, I have no blood relation or affection for you anymore. I don't care what happens to you.
But I need you. I don't know how to do anything.
Then you should have learned. You should have been kinder.
I see. So that's how it is. Fine, do whatever you want. I'm planning to marry a rich man with my beauty and live well anyway.
Good luck with that plan.
You don't think I can do it?
I think you'll find that beauty alone isn't enough. By the way, can I ask how you plan to live from now on?
Huh?
You are also depending on Robert's income. How do you plan to live as an unemployed person at your age?
Obviously, I'll use Dad's inheritance. Since you gave up your rights, it all became mine. I should be able to live comfortably for a while.
That's not going to work out.
Why not?
Do you know what the biggest cause of Robert in my fights was?
How would I know that? You never told me anything about your relationship.
Gambling.
What?
That man was always getting involved in suspicious investment schemes. I strictly warned him about it, but he never listened to me. That's how a rift formed between us as a couple.
Investment schemes? Like what?
Cryptocurrency scams, forex trading, get-rich-quick real estate deals. He fell for everything.
Is that what happened?
Yes, and as expected, he was deceived and accumulated debt, and he died without paying back that debt.
Wait, what happens to that debt?
You inherited it, so you have to pay it back.
What? Don't be ridiculous. There's no way I want to do that. How much debt are we talking about?
About 50K, maybe more.
50,000? That's impossible. You kept that quiet all this time. Why didn't you tell me?
I was thinking about inheriting, but you told me to give up my rights.
If you had told me, I wouldn't have inherited these debts either.
So, where are you going to live?
Huh?
That house is also Robert's property. If you don't inherit, you can't keep the house.
What do you mean? If you give up inheritance, do you have to give up the house too?
Yes, you can't just take the good parts.
So I have to pay back debt from now on?
Yes, and your own living expenses. Robert didn't leave much real money.
How much actual cash is there?
Maybe 200,000 yen in his accounts. The rest is all debt.
That bastard! Is he an idiot?
It's not good to speak ill of the deceased.
Shut up! Don't lecture me!
You're right. We're not family anymore. Sorry for being presumptuous.
No, that's not what I meant. I'm just a bit confused. Actually, I've always hated Dad too.
What do you mean?
Actually, Dad ordered me to exclude you. I was scared of Dad and just did what he said, but I've always loved you.
Do you think I'd believe such a lie?
No, this is really... I was afraid of disappointing him. He said if I was nice to you, he'd be angry with me too.
Even if that were true, which I doubt, what about after he died? What about all the cruel things you said about my appearance?
Then why did you say horrible things to me even after he died? Why did you make fun of my appearance? Was someone ordering you to do that? No, that was really different. I was hurt and angry.
I can't love someone who judges people by their appearance.
Hey, Mom, I only have you as family now, so please don't abandon me. Let's live together. Yeah, let's do that.
No. Are you planning to leech off me after Robert? I absolutely won't allow that.
I'm not trying to leech off you. I'm scared to be alone.
I've been freed from you two, and I'm going to live however I want from now on. If you interfere with that, I really won't forgive you.
Don't abandon me! We've been living together all this time!
That's right, but most of that time I was neglected by you two. I'll never forget that.
I can change! I can be better!
You've had 26 years to be better, Sophie.
But my life, what should I do?
You're beautiful, so you'll be fine. Beautiful people are invincible, right? Though I don't agree. Appearance is just one factor in evaluating a person. Other aspects are very important too. I'm looking forward to seeing if you, who ignored that and only looked in mirrors, can function in society. I'm going to live my life doing what I want from now on. Please never contact me again.
Wait, don't hang up! I need to know how to handle the debt situation!
Figure it out yourself. You wanted independence, right?
But I don't know anything about legal procedures or debt management.
Then learn, the same way I'd learned to work from home while you were treating me like garbage.
Please, just give me some basic advice. What should I do first?
Contact a lawyer, contact the bank, contact the creditors. Take responsibility for your choices.
This is all so overwhelming.
Welcome to adulthood. I'm done with you now. Mom, the conversation is over. I'm sorry. That girl contacted you too, didn't she?
She did, but I'm totally fine. She was quite upset when she learned the truth. But I'm sorry, Yolanda. I had no idea you were going through such hard times.
Don't worry about it at all. Actually, toward the end, I had switched to living for the sake of saving money.
What do you mean by that?
I stopped trying to make them happy and focused entirely on building my future. It made everything easier.
That sounds so lonely, though.
It was practical, and it worked. Actually, work was going pretty well. I could have gotten divorced right away.
Really? Then why did you endure for so long?
I wanted to live with you. I was looking for an apartment for that.
What?
I finally found a good apartment and signed a contract. Mom, why don't you move in with me?
You already found a place for us?
Yes, it's a nice 2-bedroom place with a balcony. Perfect for both of us.
Is that okay? Can you afford it?
Of course. Being able to live with family is the greatest happiness.
Oh, sweetheart, I've been so worried about you all these years.
I know, Mom, but everything worked out the way it was supposed to.
When did you want me to move in?
As soon as possible. I can use the company after everything that's happened.
I'll start packing tonight.
There's no rush. Take your time.
No, I want to be there for you as quickly as possible.
Thank you, Mom. That means everything to me. Mom, how are you settling in?
Wonderfully. I love our little balcony garden.
I'm so glad. The flowers are really thriving, aren't they?
They are, and so are you. You look happier than I've seen you in years.
I feel lighter somehow, like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
Have you heard anything from Sophie?
No, and I prefer it that way.
I wonder how she's managing.
That's not our concern anymore, Mom.
You're right. I just hope she learns from this experience.
If she does, that's good for her. If she doesn't, that's her choice.
You've become very wise, my dear.
I learned the hard way that you can't save people who don't want to be saved.
And sometimes the best thing you can do is save yourself.
Exactly. I should have done this years ago.
Everything happens in its own time.
I suppose you're right. I'm just grateful it happened at all.
Me too. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you for always believing in me, even when I didn't believe in myself.
That's what mothers are for.
Afterward, Sophie, who had inherited the debt, had no choice but to start working in the nightlife industry. Her appearance was decent, so she initially got customers and things went smoothly. But the problem was Sophie's bad personality. Sophie, who got into arguments with customers and caused trouble with other employees, became known as a problem child at the establishment and was eventually fired. She tried several other jobs after that, waitressing, retail, even office work, but her entitled attitude and inability to accept criticism made her unemployable. Sophie lost her job but still had debt remaining, so she tried to find other work, but no companies were interested in Sophie, who had no work experience, no education, and a growing reputation for being difficult. After that, she fell into a vicious cycle of borrowing money to pay back debt, and as a result of being unable to return home, she's currently living at internet cafes. I heard through acquaintances that she tried to contact Margaret several times, but my mother refused to speak with her. Apparently, Sophie even showed up at our old house, not realizing it had been sold to pay off Robert's debts. The new owners called the police when she wouldn't leave. I sometimes wonder if I should feel guilty about how things turned out, but then I remember the 15 years of humiliation and decide that everyone gets the life they choose. Meanwhile, I started a new life with my mother in the apartment. My freelance work continued to grow, and I even started taking on bigger projects. Then, influenced by my mother, I began home gardening on the balcony. We grow herbs, vegetables, and beautiful flowers. Seeing the flowers grow day by day gives me energy every day. There's something so peaceful about nurturing life instead of enduring toxicity. Margaret and I have developed such a wonderful routine together. We cook together, tend the garden together, and in the evenings we sit on the balcony and talk about everything and nothing. I hope I can continue to spend this happy time with my mother for a long time to come. Sometimes people ask me if I miss Sophie or Robert, if I ever regret my decision to leave. The answer is always no. I don't miss being treated badly. I don't miss walking on eggshells. I don't miss being told I was worthless. I miss the family I thought we could have been, but I don't miss the family we actually were. My life now is proof that it's never too late to choose happiness over habit, self-respect over staying in a situation that destroys you. If I could tell my younger self anything, it would be this: don't wait 15 years to value yourself. But then again, maybe I needed those 15 years to truly appreciate the peace I have now. Every morning when I wake up in our sunny apartment, with my mother humming in the kitchen and my flowers blooming on the balcony, I'm reminded that the best revenge is indeed living well, and I'm living very well indeed.
That lunch you made for me today was so awful that I had to throw it straight into the trash. I had to eat out once again, which cost me more of my money. Do you think you could try a little harder to be at least decent at cooking for me? Seriously, you are so bad at what you do that it's shocking me.
You threw your lunch away yet again? Well, I'm not cooking for you anymore then. You're just wasting all the ingredients I buy anyway, so you're better off without a lunch from me. I mean, I've had to give up my free time making those lunches, so I think I'll go back to using that time for my job. So from now on, you can continue eating out, please.
Huh? You are really asking your husband to start eating out for lunch now? Are you trying to say you're fine with me gorging myself on burgers and fries every day and growing unhealthy?
Did I just say that? Because what I remember just saying to you was that if you don't like what I make you for lunch, you can handle lunch on your own then. How about you start making your own lunch to bring to work? I mean, I am far more busy than you are with my work, so it only makes sense for you to handle that.
What was that? Are you trying to tell me you hate cooking for me?
I'm the one paying the loan on this house, Phil. And so far, I've been the only one getting any of the chores done around this house. Yet you continue to say I'm bad at what I do, like I'm useless to you. What's that all about, Phil?
You talking back to me like that right there is proof that you're not a good enough wife for me. Normally, a proper wife would never talk back to her husband at all, and would only speak to apologize. This is all proof that you are a terrible woman and a completely helpless wife.
Terrible woman and helpless wife? I like that you'll call me that when you're the worst person on this planet.
I shouldn't gone with a better woman than you back then. You are no use to me and a total waste of my money.
And what exactly about me is so useless to you? Because as far as I'm aware, you can't even clean your own dishes after you're done eating, or do your own laundry when it gets all stinky. If you are really that upset with what I'm making for you, then go ahead and gorge yourself on fast food.
You don't seem to understand how much I provide for you with my income, do you?
What?
I would much rather eat out all the time instead of eat whatever slop you're cooking up. But the only way to make money in this world is by working for it. I'm already just barely making ends meet before the end of the month. So that's why I've had to struggle so long eating the crap you serve me. But today, I think I've had enough.
And if you're going to complain that much about my cooking and complain that much about spending money by going out to eat, why not just make your own food? It's really not that hard, okay?
Enough of that crap from your mouth. You really want me to start getting the divorce papers ready again? You don't seem to be very thankful for all I offer this household. So I'll hand them in to the courthouse and end you. Is that what you want me to do, Mia?
You're going on about divorcing me again? This is like the 5th time now you've threatened me with divorce. I'm the one that's paying for our house every month, yet I still haven't gotten one thank you out of you. And when we have fights like those where you begin to lose, you just pull out the divorce card to make yourself the winner? What a loser you are. I'm the one that wants you to be thankful for what I do for us for once.
I have no reason to thank you. You're a no good wife, and I want you gone.
What? You want me gone? From where? The house that I'm paying the loan off on right now?
That's right. I've already got the divorce papers in my hand right now, and am ready to hand them in.
Ugh. I am so over this. I just can't keep going at all of this with you when you're going to act like a child. Go right ahead and eat out today. You still have the money to do that, right?
I sure will go out and eat, again. I don't even want to come home for dinner today, because I'd have to see your face. I'll leave the paperwork at home for you, so make sure you fill out your half.
When you keep talking to me like I'm nothing more than a waste of time for you, you really put out the flame of whatever love there was left for you. Be careful from now on, Phil.
Why, when I say I have no more money, are you not making me a lunch to bring to work? Are you trying to make it seem as though I have no right to eating lunch?
You complained a ton about the lunches I was making for you before, so I'm not doing it now. You hate what I make for you, right?
I saw you making your own lunch for today, but you made nothing for me to bring in? What the hell is wrong with you, Mia? Are you even my wife anymore when you do things like that?
Ugh. I'm sorry, but I don't think I am your wife anymore. But don't worry, because it's not going to be much longer before my love is completely gone. It was already pretty messed up of you to always threaten me with a divorce when you'd begun to lose the fight we had. I'm the one paying off this house, so a thank you would really help your case out right now.
I could pay for this house if I wanted to. So stop acting like you're some kind of god when you bring that up.
What? I wonder if you really could pay for this house, Phil. I think that'd actually be pretty difficult for you, but...
What are you talking about now? I could pay that loan every month and still have money left over to save up. It's only around $200 a month for this place, right?
Are you certain of that? $200 a month?
Please, you do nothing but work a small-time job and come home to slack off all day, so you barely even have enough for this house. Maybe if you actually did start cooking for me again, I'd be willing to take over for you and pay this house off as well. But I won't be able to do that now because you won't cook for me anymore, and I have to eat out every day. I'm left with no money now because you're such a useless wife, and I think that it's time you really started to understand that.
I see. So if I were to leave the house, you'd be able to handle all of this with your income?
I sure could. I'll go ahead and pull out that divorce paperwork out again if you want. You are a complete waste of my time and a total disgusting woman. That $200 a month isn't anything to me, so forget bragging about that. I'm seriously fed up with you, always talking back to me, So get the hell out of the house.
You'll become homeless, Phil. Is that what you want?
You're the only one that'll be homeless after this is all over.
No, you are the one that'll be without a home if you choose to divorce me.
And I'm the one telling you to get out of the house. You should be able to understand what I'm saying. So, get the hell out of the house right now. I'm taking that divorce paperwork to the courthouse today on my way home.
There's no need to do that now.
And why's that? Are you going to tell me that you finally don't want me to kick you out and divorce you after all? Well, if that's what you want, quit it with all that childish backtalk and start behaving like you are thankful for everything I do for you.
That's not what I meant by that. I already filled out and signed those divorce papers you had last time.
Huh?
I'm planning on handing those in for you right now, so you don't have to worry about going to the courthouse on your way home now. And actually, you won't even have to worry about coming back here. Now, I'm on my way to the courthouse to end all this fighting once and for all.
Are you actually sure you'll be able to handle all this? I can imagine it all right now. You're going to hand in those papers, and the next thing you know, you won't be allowed back into my house and will cry as you figure out that you're the one becoming homeless.
You really think that's going to be you, Phil? I'm going to warn you right now that I know you're not going to listen to what I've said, so I'm no longer going to try saving you. So like you've always been asking for, I'll leave your sight for good. However, you will probably start to regret things come next month. But you chose this outcome for yourself, so you'll have to suck it up and figure things out on your own.
Hey, what is this? The amount I'm being asked to pay this month for the loan is weird.
What's that? Why are you wanting to talk to me now?
I took a look at how much I'd be needing to pay this month for the loan on the house. The bank is asking me to pay $2,500 this month. What is this all about? They must have made some kind of mistake in their system or something, right?
So, you've finally come around to learning how much it costs to afford that house then? And I'm assuming right now your heart is beating out of your chest right now because you've had to come all the way to me to talk about this. But Phil, it's too late to be asking me about your problems now.
What do you mean too late? What is going on with the bank asking me to pay this kind of money? I have no reason to be paying this much for the loan this month. Did you end up saying something to the bank or doing something to make them charge me this much?
How would I have been able to make them hike up the price? What would I have said to them? For the past year now, I've been paying $2,500 a month for that house. Were you not aware of that?
Huh? You've been paying this kind of money?
You always told me I was a horrible wife and completely useless to you before. But I was paying $2,500 every month to the bank in order to pay off the loan on that house for us. And I had to pay all that myself because my pile of crap ex-husband couldn't be bothered with helping out.
Huh? Pile of crap ex-husband? Are you talking about me? What is wrong with you calling me something like that?
You're the frickin' idiot that thought I was paying only $200 a month for that house. I think you deserve to be called a pile of crap after what you've done to me, thinking you were some kind of god compared to me. If the loan really only required you to make payments of $200 each month, then I think you could manage that. But in reality, it's not that little of an amount. So give up, Phil. You're not going to be able to pay for that place, right?
Are you really saying that this whole time you've been paying $2,500 a month for this place? You have no reason to have been paying that much. Heck, you shouldn't have a reason to be able to afford that much. You just can't pay that with your job.
I thought you had a better understanding of all this. I bet you did know I was paying that much for the place, but chose to ignore that fact in order to make yourself look better than me. How lame, Phil. I told you a month ago that you wouldn't be able to afford the place if you kicked me out, and that you'd become homeless. I made sure to warn you of this happening, didn't I?
I remember you saying that, but I had no reason to believe you. I thought that since you were paying for the place, it would be a piece of cake to make those same payments on my own.
And that was only you thinking that would be the case, right? You didn't bother to look into what amount I was paying and instead chose to completely ignore it. Well, I already knew you wouldn't be able to pay for that place anyway, so I'm having it sold.
You're selling the house? What do you mean?
I mean, that house will be bought by someone else and they'll start living there now. I've already put the place on the market, so you'd better hurry it up and get out of there.
Huh? Why are you doing all of that without telling me? This is my house, you idiot.
This is my house? Duh. I was the one paying the loan with my name on the frickin' place. You can't even afford the house anyway.
Shut the hell up. But I've been living in it for the past month now.
You haven't been doing so legally. You can't pay for that place, so good luck paying for this month's loan. And it was never even your place to begin with, hence why I chose to have it sold. Sorry, Phil, but if you really wanted to call the place your house, then you should have co-signed on it and maybe paid for part of the loan. But since you didn't, I have the right to the place and the right to sell it when I please. My name is on it, so it's all mine.
Wait, your name's really on this house?
The fact that you didn't even know that just goes to show that you were finished from the start. It really is a mystery to me why you thought this whole time that the house was yours, and that you thought you could pay for it.
A mystery? I'm the husband of this house. Do you really think you can talk to me that way?
Oh my god. We had a divorce a month ago, remember? Let's start using that head of yours for once so that I don't have to sit here all day explaining your whole life story to you. You kicked me out of the house even though you can't afford it. And you also didn't even know that I was the one with my name on the place. So you're not going to be able to squat in that place anymore. What the hell were you thinking when you kicked me out of that house again? It was always well known that if you divorced me and kicked me out of there, you'd have hell to pay. What happened to the brain you should be using to understand all that? You leave it back at work or something?
I didn't actually think that you'd want to get a divorce from me. And I was seriously thinking that you only had to pay $200 a month for the loan on this house.
I think that was just a dream you were having the whole time or something. Maybe that's all what you told yourself so that you could keep acting like a selfish little brat.
Well, my coworker said to me that that's the amount he pays every month for his place.
You're kidding me, right? You were comparing the loan we pay off for our house to the place one of your other coworkers has? Who was it?
Sanders?
Oh, Jesus. Sanders is living in an older house in the middle of town that he's reforming, right? Also, he bought that place 10 years ago, so he doesn't have much left to pay for on that place. You made a huge mistake comparing his old house to that newly built modern home that we've been living in, you dunce. Did you also forget that I wanted to pay off the loan on the house as soon as possible, and that's why I chose that monthly rate?
Now that you mention it, I do remember agreeing to us taking out that kind of loan. But that was over a year ago now, so of course I'd forget something like that.
Forgot about something so important in less than a year. I cannot believe you right now, Phil. I want to know how you've made it this far in life when you don't have a brain in that head helping you out.
I do have a brain in my head, and I have been doing just fine. Well, who cares? I'll forgive you for what you've been doing this time.
What was that? What are you forgiving?
I'm saying you can come back and live in this house with me. I'm sure you want to make things better between us again, right? So you are allowed to come back and live in this house with me. I have always thought of you as a terrible wife, but I guess I was getting some use out of you after all.
Dang. Did you really just say that to me? Who the hell do you think's going to come back to a load of garbage like you?
Huh? Why not? I'm telling you, you can come back here to live with me. Stop playing games with me and come back home.
Hey, Phil, the way you're saying all of that to me right now is so disgusting that I just can't be serious anymore. When I said we divorced, that means you and I are divorced. Do you understand what that word means?
Huh? What are you wanting to say right now?
Dang, I don't actually know what else to say to you. I thought I made everything clear as day to you, but perhaps you just need to experience the hell you asked for in person. Just know that you're nothing more than a complete stranger to me now. I'm not coming back over there because I've already moved away, and I don't even want to have anything to do with your butt anymore. This is what you deserve, Phil. You're going to become homeless, just like I said, and you're going to like it.
Why are you saying things like that to me now? I just happened to not realize all that stuff before, right? What am I supposed to do now if you don't come back to me? I'm going to lose the house, and I'll have nothing.
You're asking me that? Go back to your office or wherever you left your brain at and put it back into your head and think of what to do yourself. I'm a stranger to you now, and that house wasn't even yours to begin with. If you really want my answer of what you should do now, I'd say just give up and go rot away somewhere that you won't cause anyone else any problems.
You and I have been together for such a long time though, Mia. Throwing me away like this out of nowhere is a horrible thing to do to me. Why don't you think a little more about how this will affect me?
I'm not going to think about you. Screw that. Who was the one constantly calling me a bad wife in the first place? Calling me a horrible woman and useless? You had all the fun you could have calling me such hurtful things without ever thinking about how it'd affect me. Well, we're nothing now, so I'm free to do whatever I want. It's amazing to think that living by myself now could be so much better than having a man like you constantly degrading me.
Mia, I'm asking you to please come back to me. I want us to go back to the life we've lived before.
You might want to go back, but I sure as hell don't. You had your chance, Phil, but you blew it very badly and will now pay the price. To think that life without you would be this wonderful was never something I had thought about before. I hope you'll have as much fun as I'm having now when you find your new home. Ah, but you don't have any money in your savings, so scrap that whole part about finding a new home. Now, would you please get lost? The pile of garbage will now have a chance to go live in the dump where he belongs. In the end, Phil was met with the reality that Mia had been telling him about for a while now. He became homeless and started to miss work a lot, resulting in him losing his job within that company. He tried so hard to get Mia to come back and help him, and even rekindle their burnt-out relationship. But Mia continued to ignore him, which soon began to work on him. At this point, Phyllis started to become aware of the fact that he's a useless human that can't seem to do anything right. He even tried to send her one last message by apologizing for all the terrible things he'd done, but Mia left him on red again. And ever since that text, he's not said another word to her. Without a home to live in, nor a job to make some money from, I'm not really sure how Phil is going to get by. Right now, he just wanders the streets at night, eating from the trash cans, and during the day sleeps under bridges to try and gain some energy again. It seems that the childish and selfish ex-husband has finally met the depressing fate he was always destined for.